to solve a crime. All right. Good evening. Good evening. I feel like this is still too bright. Hold on. Let me set the mood. This light is too bright. Girl, you know I like to do my nighttime show, little ambiance. Okay. Okay. Let's get some ambiance in here. Okay. All right. All right, Kezia. I want you to know that I curled my hair this morning, and I don't know what's happening. It's cozy now, Andrea. There's a lot happening. Hey, how is everybody? Did you figure out why the lights went out? No, it did it again, like around 11:30. And I was just like, whatever. I gotta get out of here. Whatever. What a crazy day. Yeah. Dog's foot. So far, so good. Although I haven't seen Booby in a while, so I don't know where she went. Yeah, Denise, let's go with mood lighting tonight to hide the fact that I need a shower and I'm tired. Eileen, how are you? We still have to do our catch up. I just ate a gummy. Of course you did. I should have had it done. We should time it so we all take our gummies at the same time. Good morning from down under. Margaret's already on tomorrow. Margaret, how's tomorrow? Is it nice? I hope it is. Hey, Bobby S., good to see you. I did not take Ruby to the vet. So I looked at her nail, and whenever Colby broke a nail, which was pretty often, it was always like hanging off and it would cause pain, the whole thing. Ruby's was already gone. So I was like, you know what? I called the vet and I was like, listen, nail came off. Are you going to do anything different other than look at it like I'm looking at it? She's like, not really. Just keep an eye open for infection. I was like, I don't know what that means, but sure. So we've just been watching her all day, and so far so good. Girl, I'm trying to save money. Listen, at this point, unless the dog stops eating and the internet went out, heat didn't work, and the fireplace is broken. Kezia, it's time to move. Yeah, you got to get out. So the cornstarch worked. Apparently, if you get an injury, stick it in cornstarch, you'll be fine. That's the newest thing. Okay, that's a lot. Okay. All right, so it's Tuesday night. It's time for your favorite drink. Relax a little bit. Get cozy somewhere. Yeah. I'm a passenger. What? It's okay. Joanna just said I was watching Missy and she told us she bombed the water joke. Okay, just so you know. Missy is another comedian. We had a gig last weekend. Now, we've worked together a ton of times. I know her jokes. She knows my jokes. This is not anything new. And although I can't say that I remember her complete set, she opens her set with this joke on water. And I use the word joke loosely. And I remember thinking, when did she start opening on hydration? Just so you know, in the comedy world, if you are going to do a new joke or a new bit, you would bury it. You would bury it between two jokes that you know are killer. These are, yeah, it's going to work all the time. And then you just bury this new joke. Now, mind you, it was like a 17-minute joke on hydration she did. And again, joke is generous. And so I'm in the back and I'm like, what is she talking about? And then I thought, well, this will be over soon. And it went on and on. And please tell the joke I'm dying. I don't want to die. I don't want to die a slow death by talking about hydration. No, it was awful. Now, I didn't say it. Jeremy told her. But I did not disagree. It wasn't good. But she knew. And we laughed. Not like with her. I was more like at her. So that was fun. But sometimes that's just how it goes. Sometimes you're brave. Sometimes you talk about hydration. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm always brave, Alejandra. So, yeah, Jeremy did say he told her. Yeah, which I thought was aggressive. Yeah, I love my Burberry scarf. Tony, why does it look like I'm about to either solve a crime or I live in England and there's fog outside? I don't know, but it's always cold in this giant house. And so I have decided to just start. All of my outfits are now layers, just layers and layers. Because here in the country of Pennsylvania, in the morning it's freezing. Sometime around 12:30, it's summer. Around 3 o'clock, it's fall. And then she said you bombed with her joke. She didn't do it. That's not. She's not wrong. So there's a funny story that she told me, and I said, "You're going to do that on stage?" And she said, "Yes." And then she hasn't. And I said, "If you don't do it by that Friday, I'm going to take your joke." And I waited, and she filled all her time up with hydration jokes and didn't do it. So I did it, but it wasn't good. But I didn't care because it's not my joke. So I'm gonna work on it. Yeah. Thanks, Anne Marie. So yeah, it was a lot. All right, so let's get to what we're talking about tonight, because I think that this is groundbreaking, and it might teach some of these. I don't want to call them men because they're like man children who are in the chat, but they're going to be moderated soon. All right, here we go. So this is, and ladies, sit up a little bit. Fix your hair. You're going to love this. Ready? Here's what makes someone sexy according to science. Now, before we read this, okay, it says Jonathan Bailey, I don't know who that is, we can Google, who was just voted People's Sexiest Man Alive. Experts weigh in on what factors make up attractiveness. Let's look up Jonathan Bailey. Does anybody know who that is? Jonathan Bailey. He's a okay. He's a politician. Sexiest man so called. Sexy we're talking about. He is an English actor known for his diverse roles across. Oh, he's not a politician. That must be somebody else. TV roles include Off the Hook. He's 37. Wicked for Good. He's in the movie Wicked. Okay? Missy, we're just talking about hydration. Okay, so this article says that he was just voted Sexiest Man Alive. So before we read it, all right, Melanie says it's confidence. Thinking slumped on the sofa isn't part of the list. No. Oh, he's in Bridgerton and he's the guy in Wicked. Okay, look at Nancy. Nancy's like, I know exactly who this is, and I voted. Yeah. So, humor makes someone sexy. I don't know. I've seen the list. Who are the people that you remember from Sexiest Man Alive? Of all the Sexiest Men Alive, who do you remember? Wolverine was one. Can't remember his name. Hugh Jackman. Definitely one. The other one is the guy, was George Clooney? Okay. Sean Connery? He wasn't. Nick Nolte could not have been a Sexiest Man Alive. Please tell me you're joking. Paul Rudd? Yeah, he was funny. You're right. Was Burt Reynolds? Let's look up the list. Was Keanu Reeves? Oh, girl, I'm going to look up the list. Okay, list of sexiest man alive. How come they don't, do they do sexiest woman alive? All right, there are 37 men. It's all People magazine. Here we go. Jonathan Bailey. All right. John Krasinski. He would be funny. Yeah. Matthew McConaughey? I bet he's on here. Patrick Dempsey, yes. Nick Nolte? You're lying. Nick Nolte cannot be in this list. Chris Evans? Okay, they all do kind of look alike. Paul Rudd? Just funny. Nicolas Cage, you think? Ryan Reynolds? Michael B. Jordan? Nice choice. I don't ever remember being like, eh. All right, here's one. I'm not saying he's not a handsome man, but I don't know that I'd put him in the sexy category. Are you ready? John Legend. Is he in your sexy category? Robert Redford, Brad Pitt. You know he's in here. Yeah, I don't. Idris Elba. Blake Shelton. Are you? Mm-hmm. Yeah. You think John is? John Legend should be? He's cute, but not necessarily sexy. Somebody said Carrot Top. Tom Selleck. Well, we're going to get back to the old ones. But Blake Shelton? I don't get it. Morris Chestnut. Who's that? Mm-hmm. No. Okay. Dwayne The Rock. Okay. They're pretty good at this. George Washington. I do not think he is on the list. John Legend's music is way better than Brad Pitt not showering. Okay. David Beckham. Solid choice. Patrick Swayze. I bet he's on the list. Chris Helmsworth. Nice choice. Adam Levine. I don't. I mean, everybody's like, if he came over and talked to you, I'd be like, oh, hello. I have been in the same room as him. He was on a talk show I worked on once. It's fine. But I don't watch. Adam Levine is hot. Mm-hmm. Why I have to tell you and Missy who Morris Chestnut is? I don't know who that is. Channing Tatum. He got a lot of drama wrapped up, but I like who he's with the girl, Lisa Bonet's daughter. Mm-hmm. Let's go back. Bradley Cooper, solid choice. We're gonna get to the oldies. Ryan Reynolds, solid choice. Johnny Depp in the good years, choice. Hugh Jackman. Now we're getting to our time. Matt Damon. I mean, how did we not? George Clooney, Matthew McConaughey, Jude Law. You just kind of Sam Elliott. You think he's on this list? He should be. Richard Gere should be on this list. Mm-hmm.
He's like 5'2".
Who?
Gere.
Who?
Richard Gere.
Okay, that don't matter.
It does matter.
I'm not kicking him out of bed. Bruce Willis should be on here. Johnny Depp is on here twice. Ben Affleck. Okay. 2002. Why are you going to put Ben Affleck on this list? Before Matt Damon? John Travolta should be on this list. Mm-hmm. I wonder, does People Magazine do Sexiest Woman Alive? I know. Sam Elliott for his voice alone. Harrison Ford should be... Pierce Brosnan. All right, now we're getting into Diana's group. Okay? Pierce Brosnan. Brad Pitt's on here twice? I mean, he probably... Richard Gere. Okay. Harrison Ford. Ray Liotta. He's not going to be on here. Quentin Tarantino. Who said Quentin Tarantino? He's not going to be on this list. It looks like we're at number 28 of 40. Some people are going to be left out. Morgan Freeman's not going to be on this list. George Clooney. Denzel. Girl. They made this list for Denzel. Where's Denzel been? A young Mel Gibson. Yeah, let's go back. Let's keep going. Leonardo DiCaprio. Yeah, he's not on here yet. Frank Sinatra. Let's see how. Brad Pitt. Brad Pitt? Okay, what did you say? I asked you ideas for topics, and you said,
That's what you
babe,
decided on.
you're
Let's
going to be great.
talk through the
You'll
list
just talk
of
about whatever. And then this topic
world's
came up.
sexiest men.
Oh, wait, in 1993, guess what couple won for sexiest couple alive? Do you want to guess?
Crawford and Gear.
Oh, that was fun.
Was that right?
Yeah, how did you know that?
I had a subscription to People Magazine.
It is. It's Cindy Crawford and Richard Gere, but we all knew.
She was like 2 heads taller than he was.
Yeah, it's you and Jeremy. It was. In 1993, Jeremy was 14. You were 26. And you, Nick Nolte. Baby, how did Nick Nolte get sexiest man alive?
He's a handsome man.
Okay. Come on. This is Nick Nolte.
He's got a great voice.
Does have a great voice, but Patrick Swayze. Oh, they got his feathered hair. They got his feathered hair in here. Solid choice. Tom Cruise. Nobody said it, but it should be in there. Sean Connery. John F. Kennedy Jr. Nick Nolte was handsome when he was young. Is Morris Chestnut really not on here? Okay, you're gonna make me Google Morris Chestnut. You don't even sound like a real person. Morris Chestnut. Okay, I see it. Okay. What's he from? Best Man, G.I. Jane, like my game plan. Okay, yeah, he's not on here, but yeah, okay. All right, John F. Kennedy Jr. Harry Hamlin, he did have his day. He did have, we're getting, this is, what year is this? 1987. God bless you. Baby, do you know who Harry Hamlin is?
No.
I didn't think so. Google Aaron Pierre. Okay, Google seems to know who this is.
What about the vampire?
Solid choice. What, baby?
The vampire, what's his name?
Oh, yeah, the vampire. That guy.
In the wolf, too. The guy that was the wolf.
Wolverine.
He's probably, no, not the Wolverine, but in the vampire movies.
No, I don't know. Mark Harmon. Oh, remember Mark Harmon? Oh. Mark Harmon. Chester Bennington. Are you guys just making words up? Shut up. Why would you say this man? That was a joke. Somebody joshing me. Mel Gibson. Okay, this is a nice picture of Mel Gibson. This is before he was crazy. Yeah. Tay Diggs is not on here. There's a lot of people missing that you would think. All right, so let's go back to the original article because this started with an article. All right, here we go. Here's what makes someone sexy. Are you ready, babe? What do you think the chances are that you're sexy?
Slim to none.
It's 100%. All right. Every year, Pop Culture dissects People Magazine's sexiest man alive. Harry Hamlin, Brad Pitt, Jude Law, Idris Elba, blah, blah, blah. Now, this year, we got this guy. So what makes up this feeling that someone is sexy? According to experts, there are several factors, and they are not just physical attributes. In fact, it's based on an interplay of elements that relate to both nature and nurture, making sexy a highly variable adjective. Sexiness is in the eye of the beholder. Okay, here we go. It says, some people are drawn to physical attributes of the face. Voice can be seen as sexy depending on pitch, tone, and intonation. All right, so think of people, who would you say is sexy just if you just base it on their voice alone? Sam Elliott. Who else? Somebody said Nick Nolte had a nice voice. Elbow patches, it's in here. Just based on voice alone, who would you say is considered Henry Cavill, Samuel L. Jackson, Morris Chestnut, Sam Elliott, any age, Matthew McConaughey, Roger Moore, Marvin Gaye.
Willie Nelson.
Willie Nelson does not have a sexy voice. Are you joking?
His voice is one of the most amazing voices of all time.
Baby, there's no lady getting hot in the pants when Willie Nelson talks.
Let's see.
Harry Connick Jr.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, Jason Momoa, Barry White.
Singing for other guys.
Okay. All right. Some people might like the way another person smells, and their aroma is sexy. Our biology plays a big role, perhaps even the most influential one. There are many theories in terms of factors that can enhance levels of attractiveness. Okay, evolutionary factors include, girl, curviness in women. Okay, girl, curvy girls unite. Okay. When talking about appeal, it's important to distinguish between traditionally defined good looks and sexiness. Now, let me ask you something. If you had to choose that you were a good-looking woman or a sexy woman, which one do you think you are? Those are your only options, and you have to pick. You cannot say you are neither. Baby, if you had to pick between good-looking and sexy.
I'm not sure those are mutually exclusive in any way.
Baby, of course they are. Baby. Somebody can be good looking. You're like, that's a very attractive person. Or you can be like, I would like to do stuff to that person. There's a difference.
Dena, why are you talking about?
Baby, you don't think there's a difference? Like if somebody is sexy or a looker, you could be a looker too. I'm definitely not sexy. Never have been. Good looking. Is nobody going to claim sexy? I don't think anybody would. Does anybody think that they're sexy? Not one person has said sexy. Yeah, I don't think that anybody sees themselves as sexy. Okay, here we go. Sexiness, it seems, invokes a bodily reaction of the eye of the beholder. Somebody might be good looking, for example, without necessarily eliciting a physical response within the average person. That's Webster's dictionary. When referring to somebody as sexy, on the other hand, we usually mean that they make us physically tingle, to put it simply. You see the difference? You're not talking anymore. There are evolutionary theories that help us understand that physical attraction is more important because we want to reproduce, which keeps our species alive. There are certain physical features of men and women that are seen to be highly associated with fertility that may be sparked on an innate level. But there is no one size fits all. Do you want to know what plays a huge factor? Personality. Oh, I have so much. Okay. Experts are adamant about this. A person's character and the way or he or she presents himself to the world, blah, 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 potential sexiness. I basically am a teacher. Consider this. Have you ever met someone that you might have considered average in physical appearance, and then after getting to know them, you suddenly realize they have a great smile or beautiful eyes? That's not a coincidence. Personality absolutely can change the initial feeling of attraction for the positive or negative. What? I know, Janice. Not only does she acknowledge that personality traits can affect sex appeal, but specific attributes make a difference. Confidence in the way one speaks and acts can be appealing. Charisma can get somebody's attention. Charm, magnetism, social intelligence, kindness. A 2017 study at the blah, 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 blah. They analyzed a speed dating event and noticed the participants who were considered funny were also rated as more attractive than they were deemed to be at the start of the date. Missy, we're hideous at the beginning of a date and then we're gorgeous at the end of a date. What? What? Environment matters. Trends vary a lot based on time, generation, culture, and age. What makes men sexy to the eyes of others isn't necessarily the same thing that adds sex appeal to a woman's character. What is sexy in America today might be seen as sexy in Asia tomorrow, or vice versa. Are you telling me that I could be sexy in Asia in like 2 years? Girl, you might not be having like a sexy moment today, but in Indonesia in like 5 years, you will be fire. Fire. I'm just saying, this ain't your time, this ain't your country. That's what I'm saying. You in the wrong country at the wrong time. You're not ugly. Girl, put that on a shirt. Girl, you are not ugly. You are in the wrong country at the wrong time. That's it. Somebody is looking for you right now in a third world country. Do you know what I'm saying? They're not on your block. Think about it. Okay. It says, so in conclusion, there isn't one definitive marker. What gives one person feeling that someone is sexy might be unappealing to another. That said, we can certainly see the argument for Bailey. That's it. That's it. There's a lot. That's a lot to put on a t-shirt. I'm just saying. You just haven't found your country or your time zone. So there's that. Kyle said, so what I hear you saying is I'm beautiful someplace. That's exactly what I'm saying. So that's my problem. I should be looking for in Europe for a guy. Exactly. I'm sad I missed my hotness in Indonesia. Yeah, listen, it doesn't mean you're in that country. You're probably going to be sitting exactly where you're sitting right now. It's just that your hotness will be somewhere else. And you have to decide whether you're going to find it. Bora Bora, I'm on my way. That's what I'm saying. You're just in the wrong time zone and country and decade. But otherwise, you're killing it. I don't know how I feel about that article. Does people put out sexy women? I think that's weird. Does People magazine put out a sexy women of the year? Okay, they put out the world's most beautiful. A beautiful issue. This year it's Demi Moore. Okay. How long have we been doing this? List of people most beautiful. Okay. Girl, guess who was the first one? It's 1990. Who is the most beautiful woman in 1990? I want to see if you can get it. It's 1990. I'm graduating high school. I play the glockenspiel. It's not Brooke Shields. It's not Cindy Crawford. No, she's low key. It's not Julia Roberts. It's not Oprah. Girl, she low key. Kim Basinger, good choice. No, it's not Barbara. It's not Diana. Michelle Pfeiffer. Remember Michelle Pfeiffer? Mm-hmm. Then Julia Roberts, Jodie Foster, Cindy Crawford, Meg Ryan, of course, adorable little nose, Courtney Cox, Mel Gibson. How do you get on this list? And then you put men on here? Oh, there's Leonardo. Michelle Pfeiffer came back in 1999. How many times? And then Julia Roberts came back. Catherine Zeta-Jones. Nicole Kidman. Halle Berry. Jen Aston. Julia Roberts came back. Angelina. Drew Barrymore. Kate Hudson. Applegate. Lopez. Beyonce. Paltrow. Lupita. Sandra. Yeah, this all makes sense. Aniston. Roberts again. Then Pink. Jennifer Garner. All the beautiful people. Everybody's beautiful. Helen Mirren in 22. Okay. People Magazine. Melissa McCarthy. Okay. Sofia Vergara. Is she the most beautiful person on the planet? Sofia Vergara. Raquel Welch was the most beautiful woman ever. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Ally McGraw, I vaguely remember. Just funny. Like, I feel like if I met any of them, like any of the most beautiful people, like if I met them in real life, I think I would just stare at them. Like, super creepy. But I would be also the person that'd be like, do you see that weird person staring at you? Like, I would be both people. I'd be like, why do people act so weird around you? But then I'd also be the person that acts super weird around like that person. You know, Jane Fonda was not on there. Kelly Preston. Yeah. There's a lot of beautiful people who are not famous. Yeah. Betty White was beautiful inside and out. Girl, Betty White's so funny. Bridget Bardot. Yeah, it's funny because Michelle Pfeiffer was actually the first one of the beautiful people, and it was in 1990. But you think about all the women that came before, right, that were just classic beauties and, yeah. You know who I loved? And I feel like she was very divisive. And this is a very certain time period. Are you ready? I'm sorry. Who loved Moonlighting? Sybil Shepherd. And that was the first, it was one of the first ones with Bruce Willis. And they had such great chemistry. Right. And then I don't know what happened to, hey Lizzie, how are you? Girl, you gotta get ready for bed. Sybil Shepherd was like evil, but you loved her, right? The sexual chemistry on the show was so good. So good. And they were just, I just read this article and it was about, this is a show, a sitcom. See if you can figure out what show I'm talking about based on this description. It was a discussion of a sitcom that had a lot of sexual tension in it, similar to Moonlighting, where it was like, you know, are they ever going to be together? And when they finally get together, the show goes downhill. And it's a sitcom, very popular. I would say this would probably be early 80s. And the lead of the show, look who's talking, no. Not Cheers, no. Right? The tension between Ted Danson and Shelley, not the nanny. Who's the Boss was another good one, Murphy Brown. No, These are all really good, right? Because they all had characters, right? Who's the boss? That was great. But they talk about how that's what makes the show interesting. And once these characters get together, the show's essentially over. None of you have said it so far. Cheers, no. All great. Coach, no. All great guesses. And this was surprising because it was the lead actress who came out and said that she was against this storyline. Castle, no, another good one. Mm-hmm. Wasn't Seinfeld. Three's Company would be a good one, but they didn't get together. They don't get married. Gras is incorrect, Missy, and not a word. So, Murphy Brown. Who does she end up with? The Nanny, another good choice, because there was a lot of sexual tension there, but no, it's not that. No, it's before all of these. Go like one generation ahead. Before. Heart to Heart, you're getting close. It's not Fran. Judith Light, Will and Grace, no. Scandal, Sissy Spacek, no. MASH, no, not The X-Files. That was another one it happened in. Attention. What is it about that tension? 90210. No, it was a 30-minute show. No, not ER. I'm trying to think what clue I could give you. Let me just tell you. It was an interview. Remington Steele, no. Three's Company, no. It was an interview with Barbara Eden. And she was talking about I Dream of Jeannie and how the show works so well with this tension of like, how come no one else can see her, but he can see her? And it was this whole thing. And then they got married and they're like, she's not even real. And she was against it from the beginning. And she just spoke about how, she knew the writing was on the wall. The minute they get married, the show is over. It was interesting, right? Because I was like a kid. Yeah, I know. I was like, no, before. Yeah, once they're together, it's over. And everybody gave like really great examples of that, right? Cheers. Shelley Long and Ted Danson were so great. But then remember they got rid of Shelley Long and then it was like, is this show even gonna last? But then they got Rhea Perlman in there and it was like, who's Shelley Long? I mean, she was already there, but then they got Rebecca, who was, what's her name? I mean, that Cheers was able to reinvent itself. Yeah. But there was always a lot of sexual tension in like Three's Company. All of those. Kirstie Alley. And for some reason, all I remember, Kirstie Alley was so beautiful, but all I remember in all the magazines, all the trash magazines, is all we did was talk about that woman's weight. That's all we talked about. And you think back and you're like, why couldn't that woman just be her gorgeous, a gorgeous woman, no matter what size she was? She was a gorgeous woman, and all we did was talk about her weight. And the fact that that's what I remember, is that we discussed that woman's weight a lot, right? So crazy. And then like what happened to Shelley Long? She was in like, remember the movie with Ted, with, what's his name? The mansion that they kept fixing. What was it called? Oh, did she get cancer? So funny. She was in Modern Family. Who? Kirstie Alley? Shelley Long. The Money Pit. But I feel like she played the same. Shelley Long played the same character no matter what it was. It's just Shelley Long. I think she must have, Lisa. I don't know. The Money Pit with Tom Hanks. Shelley Long in Modern Family as an ex-wife. Really? Does she look the same? Is she still around? See, this is why my Google is just so weird. Is Shelley Long still alive? She's alive. She's 76. I'm glad we got to the bottom of this. Oh. Okay. Would not recognize her now. Okay. I mean, yes and no. A little bit yes, a little bit no. But who wouldn't? At 76, people would be like, that don't look like Dena. Who knows what I'm going to look like? I did order my glasses today. I found my script. So, countdown begins. You kind of look like Dana Delaney. I don't disagree with you. I love Dana Delaney. Dana Delaney is currently starring opposite Rocky, Sylvester Stallone in Tulsa. Tulsa Kings that Diana is obsessed with. And still beautiful. It is funny. I went to see a movie, and it was the one that came out. It's got to be in the last year. It was about the popes. It was them picking a different pope. It was called, what's it called when all the popes get to, not a quorum. It was named after when all the popes get together. It wasn't Black Smoke. It was Conclave. That took a minute. It's the movie Conclave. I don't know if you've watched it. It's a good movie. Ralph Fiennes is in it. I'm basically all over the place tonight. Anyway, I'm watching that Conclave. Girl, who shows up in Conclave but Annabella Rossellini? And I don't know if I was watching with Jason or the kids or something, but I was like, oh, it's Isabella Rossellini. And that's how you have to say it. You can't say Isabella Rossellini. You just go, Isabella Rossellini. You have to say it. And they were like, that's not Isabella Rossellini. I was like, it is. That's Isabella Rossellini. Greatest name ever. Great actress. Hard, because she in character, she's a nun. Whole thing. But it's her. She's beautiful. Beautiful. Isabella Rossellini. Sharon Stone is underrated. She's beautiful. Yeah, it's just some ladies are just classic. Just classic. It is. What was the show? Which show? I've talked about 17 of them. She was great as the nun. You are not wrong. Kelly Kell, he took off. Sometime after like the 16th sexiest man alive. He's like, I'm gonna go to bed. I don't know why. We just watched I Like Me about John Candy. He was an amazing guy. I knew it would make me bawl. So good. That's interesting. I have not heard of this movie. No, those are not street lights. Those are like cafe lights that are across the patio. Isabella's mom, Ingrid Bergman, was also a knockout. That was her mom? I did not know. So she's like Hollywood royalty? Interesting. I have to tell you, I don't know if you're looking for a new show. But this show, I would say, is like 98% good. And I was like, how are they going to leave this on a cliffhanger? But is anybody watching Diplomat? I think it's on Netflix. Starring Kerry Washington. No, it's not. Kerry, the other one. Kerry, the curly hair, but now it's straight. Kerry, who am I? Russell. And I just finished the 3rd season today. And I was like, what? Yeah. Great show. Felicity. Exactly. Now that's a girl who didn't have a love interest that she had, like, got with, and she literally cut her hair and the whole show was over. Yeah. Is it new? No. It is the 3rd season that just came out, and I basically watched all of it. Yeah, the haircut was bad. I'm not saying it wasn't deserved, but yeah. But I have thoughts on The Diplomat that I'm not going to say right now. Pam Anderson is beautiful. And I love who Pam Anderson has become. And I love who Liam Neeson is. And I love who Liam Neeson loves. Peaky Blinders is good. And the love interest got married. Oh, Amy, it was I Dream of Jeannie. It was Barbara Eden who was talking about how it was over. Yeah. Sorry, I'm tired. Some shows have it in the contract that actors can't change their appearance without say-so. Yeah. What show were you making us guess? I want to know. It went down once we got together. Yeah, it was I Dream of Jeannie. Can we talk about our hair, The Diplomat? Suzanne, the funniest part, and the Diplomat is not a funny show, but I think it's hilarious. And I think it was this season that in her security detail, I guess in everyone's security detail, there is somebody in the security detail that has to like kind of look like the person that they're securing. So like there's somebody on the president's detail that looks like the president, and it is meant to be a decoy, right? Like, so if somebody was going after this person, so they have somebody on the security detail for The Diplomat, and this girl's hair is so nappy and ugly and teased, and it just gets under her skin, and it is the funniest thing because it is like so funny that it's such a like an intense show, and very serious, lots of politics, right, Suzanne? And then they'll be like, can you please ask her to brush her hair? Like, it's just like, finally, somebody's gonna start acting like a real girl. I'll be like, that is not what I look like. It's so funny. Yeah. So, that did make me laugh. I love the show Miranda, but it's hard to find it out. She's a very funny actress. I really like her a lot. So anyway, I think I'm fading. Are you guys tired? I'm going to bed. Stayed up late on Tuesday, girl. I got stuff to do. Okay. I Terry. Hi, all from Australia. Terry, you're one of 2 people from Australia that are watching us right now. It's already tomorrow, I hear. Welcome. Yesterday is still happening. Mm-hmm. Yeah. My husband and I love her in that series. It's a very funny series. Mm-hmm. I won't remember any of these shows to watch. It's called The Diplomat. It's good, but it's like intense. Very intense. Kezia, the decoy hair is so funny. So funny. Like, imagine if there was like a decoy for you and she was real ugly. Like, when I was in college and I wasn't 21 yet, my friend got me a fake ID. And she was so excited. And she was like, Dena, I got a fake ID for you. And I was like, okay, great. Sounds amazing. And she hands me the idea. And it's great. Like, it's around the same age as me, but like 6 months earlier so I can get into clubs. And it's great, except for the fact that the girl is not very attractive, or look anything like me. And I was like, why did you think that this looked like me? She's like, it's just the dates worked out, so I just got it for you. And I was like, yeah, but it's just like her, she's got like there's a big note, nothing. And she was like, Dena, it's gonna get you in the club. And I was like, no, super thankful. Very thankful. It's just, it doesn't really, she's like, it's fine. And so like we would go to clubs and like, they'd be like, all right, you can go ahead in. And I'm like, do you want to look at it again? Because maybe the lighting really is not really the same. He's like, yeah, no, it's fine, go ahead. And I was like, do you don't want to, because she's probably could use a little bit more makeup or yeah, it's like that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So there's that. Yeah. And I'm sure somebody got my picture and was like, are you sure? Tonight I asked Jason to stop and pick up some white wine because I wanted to make I want to say I'm so tired and so drunk. Mushroom, chicken, arborio rice. What am I saying? It starts with an R, doesn't it? No. What am I trying to say? No, it wasn't chicken marsala. Girl, I don't know if I'm old or drunk. No. But the rice. Risotto. Rice risotto. So anyway, I said, Jason, I need you to stop and pick up some white wine for this risotto. Now, the last time I made risotto, I made it with a full bottle of wine, which is why we don't have any wine. I said, can you stop and pick up risotto? So he said, of course I can. I chopped it. It was so good. I chopped everything up. It was ready. I was like, all I need to do is get this wine and come home. And then he texted me from the shop, right? And he was like, Dena, I don't have my ID. I gave it to my daughter the other day, and I forgot to get it back. And I can't get the wine. We'll just have to use more chicken stock. And A, I was super mad. B, I thought to myself, you have gray hair. You have very handsome salt and pepper hair. Are you telling me that the ShopRite won't give you this bottle? That's like me walking in and then being like, I'm sorry, without your ID. Suzanne, they won't sell it to you without your ID. Suzanne, you could be all crickety. You could be crickety, living in a nursing home. You got a third hip replacement. No ID. You're not getting the wine. They wouldn't sell it to an Amy. I said, you're telling me They won't give you. They won't give you a bottle of wine. He's like, they won't. Look at my face. What do you mean? What do you mean you're not going to give me a bottle of wine? Look at me. Do you want to see my... I'll pull my pants down. Do you want to see my stretch marks? What is wrong with you? I'm 74. I still have to show my ID at the grocery store. What? They carded my 91-year-old grandma. What in the... What is happening? Yeah. PA supermarkets are very strict. I pointed to my 19-year-old and said, really? I had her say, I'm old enough. No wine for you. And chicken stock it is. That's exactly what happened, Molyneux. And I was like, well, I would have just made it a long time ago then. I had everything. I had everything ready and chopped. Couldn't do any of it. I was waiting for the wine. No wine. The register won't allow the transaction without scanning the driver's license. It's just... Too much. Too much. Okay. Anyway. All right. Well, listen, everybody. We had a great night. It's Tuesday, and you made it. It's almost hump day. You're going to be fine. So thanks for being here. Tomorrow, don't forget to join us on the morning show where a Canadian will sing I'm Just a Bill. She's probably in bed now. She's probably trying to get sleep done. I don't see her here. She probably practicing. I get mad when they don't ID me. I'm 65. I need this week to be done. Girl, I hear you. I know. All right, everybody. Well, have a great night. Blessed night. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow morning. All right. I'll see you. Bye-bye.